Hello and welcome to Intruders TV. Today we're visiting welovelocal.com in their London, UK offices. Welcome guys. Tell us a little bit about yourself and then we jump into the company.
My name is Daniel. I'm the project manager at eMomentum. We built We Love Local and pretty much involved in everything from the sort of day-to-day running to sort of future developments of the site.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm operations director at eMomentum and co-founder of We Love Local.
So what is eMomentum? What's your relationship to We Love Local?
Okay, so eMomentum's effectively the holding company that built We Love Local. eMomentum houses a number of projects, eConversions, which is our paid search agency, and then at the moment welovelocal.com. We've had various other web projects in the past, so Travel Library being our largest, and that was acquired last year. And We Love Local is the first of what we hope will be a portfolio of projects moving forward.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the non-We Love Local related projects. So one, you said you just sold to, was it?
We had a share in a project called Travel Library last year. That was acquired by Expedia. And Travel Library was effectively a community-based website.
Yeah.
Covering 150,000 hotels and self-care accommodation and so on. Our core business in eMomentum is really e-conversions, and that's paid search marketing for clients. We work with about 150 different clients across UK and pan-Europe, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, on an affiliate, non-exclusive basis and a traditional agency basis. And that's like the core revenue generator, I guess, of eMomentum. And that continues to grow and goes from strength to strength. But with We Love Local, we recognise that obviously we have a lot of a passion for building websites, but our primary focus has been on building e-conversions up. And we made a decision about 12 months ago now that we wanted to build a strong team in-house again, get some great developers and designers and some talented people in, and start working on projects that interested us. From a financial perspective and from where we saw a lot of potential in the market growth. So with We Love Local, search is our thing, and we recognise the value of the long tail value of local search, and plus just the growth that we're seeing in local search from a user perspective as well. So we find it an interesting space to be in, and hence why We Love Local came about really.
So why We Love Local? Why the local review focus? What attracted you to that market?
I think it's a good question, really. I think the main genesis behind it was really that we recognised there was a need for people to find local businesses in a new way, like the Yellow Pages and those kind of very dry kind of SEO style listings websites out there have been around for a long time. There was no real contextualisation to the way that people are searching for local results. So people were increasingly using Google to find local businesses, but there was no contextualisation to the way they were finding those particular businesses. So We Love Local, we wanted to kind of take a good base of local listings, but then add an extra layer of contextualisation to the way that people find local businesses through the reviews, but importantly through the profiles, so that people can cross-index other people's profiles, and ultimately we can push better local businesses to them. More generally, we just kind of feel it's an exciting time for small businesses with the web, and small businesses are only starting to reconnect with the web and recognising the value that it can play as a marketing tool for a small business. So again, we see ourselves as acting as a platform for small businesses to kind of, they can take control of the listing, they can add up-to-date useful information, they can add opening hours, and as we grow the site, we'll enable more and more enhanced features, so they can add deeper and deeper content to connect with the customers and kind of hopefully grow their business online. So I think we're trying to take hold of, a cross-section of opportunities that lie there, but particularly the opportunity for users being more aware of what social networks are and the way that they can contextualise information. And for small businesses who are starting to become curious about the web finally, maybe they've already got a small website and they recognise that there is a user base out there that they want to connect to. And we'll hopefully with We Love Local, we're going to kind of be the interface between the two.
So you connect both the consumers and the businesses, and you assist and enhance, both sides.
Exactly. And local's very much a sort of a two-way relationship. There's a lot of sites that focus predominantly on the sort of the consumer experience, and particularly in America, there's a lot of sites where by the business is very much a silent partner and everything. And we like to think that local is about the two-way relationship between both those people. And we wanted to build a site that would allow and facilitate that, a sort of a social sort of client relationship, I suppose you could call it in some way. everyone has a vested interest in their sort of local area. It's no good, just someone moaning about something that they don't think's particularly good when it's around the corner and they've got to deal with it. It's better that they're talking to each other and working out how they can make sort of local better for everyone, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. Now We Love Local is a relatively new site. I guess there are a number of things that are going to be happening in the next weeks and the next couple of months, right? Do you want to talk a little bit about that as well?
Yeah. Well, we launched start of June, and we launched with a soft launch just in London. Primarily just because we wanted to test the site out. Really, we wanted to effectively go for a beta stage where London was a large enough database of businesses to interface with, and a large enough user base to kind of get good, real feedback. And from that, we made a decision early on that we wanted to kind of react to how using the site, and that's kind of coming through now. With we added locals, which enables people to find more local business in the local area automatically when they've got a profile, and we're launching groups at the end of the week as well. So those are two things that came out of kind of the discussions we've had with users. And then we're going nationwide at the start of November, and that's exciting for us because it means that we can actually push out to a national audience, and finally people can start using it en masse. So that should be good. The other big partnership we've been working on recently is with a company called WedgeCard. WedgeCard is it's effectively an affinity scheme for small businesses. It was co-founded by John Bird, who set up the Big Issue, so it's very much a social enterprise initiative, which we find particularly interesting with We Love Local, because we're eager to connect and kind of really trump up the best of local. And what WedgeCard does is it enables anybody who's got a WedgeCard to get a discount, but from a number of small local businesses. So they followed a similar model to us. They're currently building up a database of building relationships with local businesses in London, and then they're going to go nationwide, I believe towards the end of the year or early next year. But it's great for us because it gives We Love Local a physical presence. And with this relationship, we'll be quite heavily promoting WedgeCard because we feel it's something that's valuable, and it really does kind of give people to get excited about local businesses and recognise that that there are some great places nearby and they can get the discounts in a way that they just can't offer at the moment, akin to kind of the Tesco club cards of this world. So it's pretty exciting.
I imagine that's kind of the only physical marketing that you've done so far, right? Most of the focus most of the marketing efforts were online driven, and this is going to be your first foray into actually connecting in the physical world with the end customers.
We do sort of basic sort of contact with the businesses that are registered and verified on We Love Local. We exchange letters, and so there is some dialogue there. But yeah, it'll be the first real sort of push into the sort of the real world, which is very much what the site should encapsulate, because it is about place and about sort of a physical part of the city or the country.
And how are you guys looking to make money off this?
Good question. Two main ways really, or that we envision at the moment. Obviously, going back to what I was talking about with the relationships with the businesses, it's enhancing and providing better facilities for them to kind of take advantage of We Love Local. So enable them to micro market, to upload deals, to add more in-depth information to promote themselves, and that will be based on a subscription service. And then the other thing is obviously contextual advertising, be it through a third-party providers such as Google AdSense or proprietary software. The main thing for us at the moment is really building up a strong base of users and people who are excited about searching for local and being recognised as a voice for finding the best local business in your area. Because I don't think any local search site out there has much of a proposition for businesses until you're driving significant traffic to business owners effectively. What any small business wants is, they want lots and lots of active leads, be it telephone, online, or people walking into the store, and we want to be a focal point for people finding the best local business and hopefully driving new customers to them. But yeah, those are the two main routes we're looking to work.
Okay. Now you mentioned that there's a hotel venture that was sold, and there's obviously e-conversion that's still going. And We Love Local, right? So you've been, so to speak, around the block a few times, right? What will be your words of advice to the entrepreneurs who are just starting out with their new businesses?
That's a good question. question. I guess just get out there. I think there's a lot of good networking events happening at the moment, particularly in London, but breaking out thanks to Open Coffee and smaller meetups across the UK. And it's really getting out and meeting your peers and getting the chance to speak to people. I think the web's an industry where you do have great freedom of access to great minds and to great people, and it's really about taking advantage of that and leveraging opportunities that you have to meet people. From an actual, producing website is try and get that website built. It's so important. We get so many people contacting us saying they've got a great idea, they want to meet and discuss something. And great ideas are great, but they're only an idea, and execution is so important. And I know that creates a catch-22 situation where you've got the great idea, but you don't have the finances or the funding to get the site out there. But even if you can get the most disgusting site put together as a beta basic, it's so important. I think you want to promote a site, because if it's a truly great idea, it will always push through, and you can always smarten it up later on. But execution is very important. But the main thing I'd say is take advantage of all the networking events that are happening at the moment. They may not be around in 12 months' time, so meet all these people and make those contacts, because there's some great people to discuss your ideas, really.
I think I'd also stress the planning sort of stage. I mean, we spent a lot of time working on, how we were going to plan the site and how we were going to develop it, and that was really crucial. I think part of the sort of success that we've had, and refining what your core proposition is and making sure that you hammer that down. We had a ton of features that didn't make it past sort of whiteboard stage, and that sort of really helps us, because you can throw 1,000,001 things out there, but if you don't sort of nail down exactly what it is that you want to do, then you're going to struggle, I think.